Ever since I came to Japan around 3 months ago, I've mostly stayed indoors, but once spring finally arrived and the days became warmer, I decided to go outside and check whether or not the sakura trees had started blooming yet. Which they hadn't, but as I was recording the branches, I heard this bird. Now, this was pretty epic because it was a bird that I had never heard in real life before, but I had this hunky card that I made from the Tatami Galaxy. And most importantly, I had also heard it in this album called Green by Hiroshi Yoshimura. Green was an album that I discovered in April of 2019, during which I was in a relatively melancholic state and I ended up listening to it on repeat for days. That state, as well as that album, were actually one of the inspirations that led me to start learning drawing at around the same time, which is why my Drava Box video starts out by mentioning the spring of 2019 and also has a scene that includes the cover of an album called Kankyo Ongaku, on which Hiroshi Yoshimura was also featured. The building on said album cover is the Iwasaki Art Museum, located in Kagoshima Prefecture of Japan. It was built in 1978, but opened in 1983, which makes it rather fitting for the album considering it features songs released between 1980 and 1990. The design, architecture, and photography of the museum fill me with a sense of nostalgia for vague memories that kind of remind me of the abandoned store as well as the house that it used to be attached to, which was probably one of the subconscious inspirations that gave me the idea to start renovating it in the first place. Not a day goes by where I don't miss the abandoned store. I feel more motivated than ever to continue the renovations, ranging from taking care of the yard to cleaning up the basement, but ironically, that homesickness also makes me glad because it reminds me to appreciate and make the most of what I already have before it's gone, as well as gives me something to look forward to once I return. Thanks to this bird reminding me of Green and making me reminisce over the headspaces that inspired me to learn Japanese and one day visit Japan in the first place, I feel like I now have a new sense of direction to head towards during the limited time I have here, which I really appreciate as I've already had multiple instances where I felt as if I've gotten what I wanted and would like to go home now, but I hope that by the end of the year, I'll be very glad that I stayed and made the most of it.